Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies, Marley Design, and today I'm going to make and create a grungy background. So what is in front of me? I have those three backgrounds in front of me. When you follow me on Instagram or maybe Facebook, you have seen my post, I think, because I posted something about making these backgrounds, grungy backgrounds, just yesterday or the day before yesterday, and that made me challenge myself, to be honest, because I thought if I can make grungy backgrounds with like a pattern in the back or florals, can I also make a grungy background in combination with a Christmas theme? Grunge and Christmas? Does that work together? Can we make it work? Let's find out. So this is my paper. My choice is watercolor paper in a black tone, and on top of this we will brayer on some of the acrylic paint just to give it a little bit of a grungy effect, and we will build up layers in different kind of colors. Here are the colors that I have selected for this project. I am working with the distress paints from Holtz. Right here we have Picket Fence, Black Soot, Lost Shadow, Faded Jeans and Vintage Photo. And the surface that I am working on is the mixed media matte also from Holtz, because I need a surface which can hold the paint very well, and also that your surface is smooth enough so your brayer can roll easily. Now let's put on some paint. This is what we have so far, but you can build up layer after layer, so you can go back in again with the picket fence, the white, and then maybe a little bit of blue or brown again. Yeah, just play around and add some layers. And this is the result. So what have you seen me doing? I mostly made a horizontal movement and a vertical movement with my brayer. I do not go diagonally. The second thing that I would like to do when this paper is dry is to add a little bit of titanium white Liquitex acrylic ink. I will put it on my craft sheet and break up the color a little bit with my fingers and dab in the paper. And look at that effect. I always love this kind of technique. You do not know what you're going to get. Well, what you do know is that it is out of your control, and you know, maybe some colors will mix. You will have maybe a blob or some speckles on it, and I think it is great also against perfectionism. I mean, I do suffer from that, and this loosens up your creative techniques without overthinking everything. And the technique that we just did with the white acrylic ink, I'm also going to repeat with the black carbon black Liquitex acrylic ink. My paper is dry, but what did I do exactly? Not the same as with the white acrylic ink, because with the black ink I mostly focused on the outside lines of the paper and just a little bit in this, well, just off center. And I had a lot of acrylic ink left on my craft sheet, so I immediately also did some black splattering. In the meantime, I have cut my paper into two pieces. It could be like a longer shaped card, or if you cut the corners, you can also create a tag. On top of my papers I will use a stencil. I found this stencil in my stash from Tim Holtz with those lovely snowflakes, and the number of this stencil is THS151. My stencil is taped down so everything will stay in place while putting on some paste. Now, which paste will I use? I will use Distress Texture Paste Opaque. So this is the result of the paste. I will put this to the side so it can dry properly. My next step will be that I would like to give those snowflakes a little bit more of a color and give it a bit of a grungy effect. I have the same colors, paint colors, except for one. We had the vintage photo color and I changed that one for antique bronze. Right now we have multiple layers of paint on top of the paste. This is how it turned out. Yeah, I like the staining and the grunginess and not so perfect look. I really enjoy that. But what I do miss is indeed a brown color. So in the beginning I decided to leave out the vintage photo, but now I changed my mind and I will add some vintage photo color too on top of the paste. After drying it looks like this. I really like it better because yeah, I always love browns in combination with every color, and it also makes it a bit more like old and worn. So yeah, I like the effect, but maybe I will rub on a lighter color in combination with a little bit of black again on the top of those snowflakes. You saw me put on the white acrylic paint on top, and I also did a little bit of black. So what are we going to do with this beautiful background? I need something on top of the paper, on top of the background, and I saw this stencil. This was given to me by my friend Leontine, so thank you Leontine. I have never worked with this stencil before, but I would like to create something with it that can go on top as an embellishment. So let me think about some kind of, well, maybe technique or solution on how I can get those little cute trees on top of my surface. This is what I'm going to do. I have some scrap pieces of paper, a craft colored one and a piece of white paper. I will use this as a template, and I'm going to sketch out with a micron pen this tree, the little one, on white paper and the bigger tree on the craft colored paper. The pen that I'm going to use is the Pigma Micron 02 and the color is black. Now that we have drawn the two trees, I think the lines are too straight, so I'm going to add another line, a little bit sketchy, in between and over the lines that are already there. The fun thing about working this way with double lines and a little bit in a sketchy way is that perfection is not needed. Yeah, just draw freely and with a loose hand. You can see that the trees are quite plain. Of course, they are just one color, white and craft colored paper. So I would like to add something to it, a little bit of interest. That is also a good combination with our background. When I take a look at the background, what I can see is a beautiful also blue color. It is of course way in the back, but we can get that color a bit more in front by splattering this blue paint color onto those trees. This is the blue color that we already used, Distress Paint Faded Jeans. You can see it here. And I'm going to use the same color to add the splattering to the trees. The splatters have dried, but I also came up with something extra for underneath and besides the trees. I have drawn a couple of little presents. I used the same technique just with a pen, a micro pen, and sketchy lines, and then fuzzy cut those presents out. For now, we have our background, we have the trees, and we have a couple of presents, but what do I want next? Of course, we did some splattering over here with the blue, the faded jeans. The same color is in the background, so I would like to add some blue splattering on those presents too, but I would like some kind of backing for this paper, also in the same blue tones. So I have just a regular piece of white cardstock. I will get my faded jeans color out again, and I will brayer those edges blue, so the parts that will stick out as a backing will have that color. And with the leftover paint, I will splatter the presents. So my backing paper is dry. What I will do is I will attach these two together with a running stitch along all sides. I have gathered all my elements, so we have our background, the trees, the presents, but I also added a piece of velvet ribbon and also made a little velvet bow. Now let's assemble all the pieces onto the card. Off camera I added one last thing, this sticker from the Ideology line from Christmas, but I forgot to catch it on camera, but you can still see and you know what kind of material it is and where you can find it. Yeah, this is my project for today. We turned our grungy background into a nice Christmas card. I so much enjoyed this process, especially the background, playing with those paints, the brayer, a little bit of splattering, the paste, and yeah, adding layer and layer. For me, that is so soothing. There is just no better way to make backgrounds. And then on top, I kept it quite simple because the background is already, well, nice and lovely and speaks for itself. So you can work on top in neutral tones, the craft color, the white and the black. And just a pop of the blue makes it yeah, complete, I think. I hope you loved spending time on my channel and with me. I sure did. When you got some inspiration out of my video, please like, subscribe or comment down below. And besides that, I will put all the links in the description box below so you can search for the products that I have used. That means this video is to an end. Thank you for spending time on my channel and have a great day. Bye!